Hey everyone, it's Ali and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be going over Dossier fragrances once again. They are a company that I've been really into for a while now. Full disclosure, I do have two fragrances I'm going to be talking about and they were both sent to me by the company. Just because they were sent to me isn't going to affect my review. I'm still going to be very transparent and honest about how I feel about these fragrances. So if that's something that you're into, definitely stay tuned. We're going to get started pretty much talking a little bit about Dossier. So Dossier is essentially a fragrance house. They recreate their own version of high-end designer and niche fragrances, and they make them a lot more affordable. So people can experience niche and designer high-end fragrances at a fraction of the price, which I think is really, really cool. One of the things that I really like about them is that their fragrances are all crafted in Grasse, France. And if you know anything about the perfumery world, Grasse, France is like the mecca when it comes to perfumery and harvesting ingredients. A lot of their ingredients are harvested there and they're all really high quality. Another thing I really do enjoy is that they're vegan, they're eco-friendly, they're non-toxic, they're cruelty-free. So if all those things are really important for you when it comes to choosing a fragrance, they hit all those marks. Another thing that's really cool about the company that a lot of companies don't do is that you can try the fragrances risk-free. So that basically means that if you try the fragrance, you don't like it for whatever reason, maybe it's not meshing well with your body chemistry, which can happen sometimes with fragrance, then you can send it back for a full refund of the purchase price, which I think is also super awesome. There aren't a lot of companies that'll do stuff like that. And not just that, what I really love is that if a fragrance gets returned, they don't just dispose of it or, get rid of it and crush it. They actually donate returned fragrances to charity, which I think is such a wonderful thing and just honestly kind of beautiful. I wish more companies would do things like that and take the extra steps to, recycle in a way. There are a lot of companies that'll just destroy product when it's returned, but Dossier doesn't do that. They will actually donate them, and I think that's such a lovely thing. And if all that sounds good to you, I also have a coupon code down below, so you can try Dossier fragrances as well. All you'll have to do is use the code that I linked. It is AlleyCat10. At checkout, you do have to click the link down below. I don't get anything from it. It's strictly for you guys. So save yourself some money. You want to try it out, save yourself 10% off. What have you got to lose? If you don't like it, you can always return it. It's honestly a win-win. But yeah, the fragrances come in a box like this. It's a very simplistic packaging, which I really love. Their aesthetic is very simplistic as well. When you open it, it looks like this. You get a card that will always go over notes and a little bit of information about the fragrance, including concentration and just a little bit about the company. I really like this little touch. The fragrance will sit in here and it looks like this. It's a little whited out. My camera always seems to white out the fragrance, but it'll basically say the name of the fragrance. This one is called Floral Berries, and then it'll have the notes in the top corner, and it says Dossier on the bottom. One thing that I really, really love is that the magnetic cap. This cap always gets me. I love magnetic caps especially. And this has a gorgeous magnetic cap that just clicks into place automatically. And I really do love that little touch. I think that the simplistic packaging, the magnetic cap, all of it is just super beautiful. Now, the first fragrance we're going to be talking about is, like I said, called Floral Berries. This one is their take on Jo Malone's Peony Blush Suede Cologne. Now, Peony Blush Suede Cologne is one that my mom wears quite a bit. She loves that fragrance from Jo Malone. The only problem is that fragrance does not last at all. They are all colognes, so they are the lowest concentration of oils that you can get in a fragrance. It's basically like a body mist. So if you wanted Jo Malone's Peony Blush cologne, you're basically going to be paying like top dollar for a body mist, which is crazy to me. With Dossier's version, you get an eau de parfum concentration. So already the oil concentration is going to be much higher and is going to last way longer. I've tried Peony Blush Suede Cologne and it lasts like maybe an hour or two on my skin before it starts to like fully disappear. I found with Floral Berries, their version, this lasted a good, I think it was like 5 or 6 hours, which is already like way more than the original. It's actually quite nice. This is a very easy to wear, just a beautiful, very likable berry fragrance. It's very fresh, it's very juicy. When you spray it, you get that red apple note that just hits you in the face. This has peony, red apple, berries, rose, carnation, jasmine, suede, and musk. The musk in this is very lovely. In the deep dry down of this fragrance, it's a musky floral, slightly fruity fragrance, but the opening is a big bright burst of peony and that red apple. And I find that the red apple and berry combo really complements it well, especially with rose. Those three tend to have similar sort of tingles to my nose. A lot of the time berries mend well with red apple, and vice versa. And they add a really lovely touch to rose and almost amplify the effect of the rose. In the deep dry down, you get a sort of very silky, slightly powdery rose. And I think it's really, really pretty. If that's the kind of fragrance you're into, definitely check out Floral Berries. Like I said, it already performs way better than the original. The original that this is inspired by gives me about 2 hours longevity on my skin. I get about 5 to 6 with this one. And honestly, I don't mind reapplying it because it's so affordable. That's another thing about Dossier. Their price points are just like they start at $29, they go up to $39, $49, and $59. And you guys, you really just can't beat the price point. 1.7 fluid ounce. You're saving so much money trying this, and the more fragrances you buy, the bigger your discount's gonna be. And then on top of that, add that 10% off you've got on the little description code down below. You guys are gonna be saving some serious coin. I mean, like I said, it's a win-win. This one is honestly a win, and it's so easy to take around. And honestly, this would be a really good signature, a really good gym scent, a really good everyday scent. You don't know what to wear. You can reach for this one, and it's a safe, easy blind buy that's not gonna offend people. Now the next one that we're gonna be talking about is called Fougere Oud, and this is their take on Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Now, Tom Ford's Oud Wood is one that I'm really familiar with. I really love Tom Ford's Oud Wood. I've owned a 1 ounce bottle of it in the past. It's a really beautiful, smooth oud fragrance. If you want to smell sophisticated and like a boss, B-I-T-C-H, Oud Wood is like the perfect statement piece fragrance. Like that fragrance sort of demands respect, if you know what I mean. It's just one of those fragrances, like you smell it and it smells expensive. It's rich. It's woody, but there's something about it that just screams power. It's really hard to explain. You really need to get your nose on it. And though this one is marketed more towards men, I find that girls can pull this off too if you're into these kinds of fragrances. It is a more aromatic, woody fragrance. But honestly, I could see a woman easily wearing this as long as her personality and aesthetic matches this fragrance. This is, like I said, a Boss B-I-T-C-H fragrance. A man could easily rock this, and it's extremely like very suit tie upscale. This is a beautiful fragrance. You've got notes of rosewood, tobacco, you've got pink pepper, coriander, you've got oud patchouli, vetiver, tonka, lavandum, and cedar wood in the base. And this is just so nice. I will say in the opening, I find the most, how do I say it? They're not very similar in the opening. In Fougere Oud, I find that there is a lot more of the pink pepper and the spice coming through compared to the original Oud Wood. The original Oud Wood opens up a little bit peppery and very smooth and woody and slightly green in my opinion. This one opens up a lot more peppery with a bit more of an emphasis in the spice. But as it dries down within 5 minutes, I kid you not, this is near identical to Oud Wood, and I can't even tell a difference. All you have to do is sit through the 5 minutes of the pink pepper being a little bit more pronounced, and then it settles down to literally an identical version of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. This is really, really lovely. I actually wore this the other day and was just so intoxicated by myself. I'm just smelling it all over the place. It's really, really beautiful. Oud Wood, like I said, gives me slightly peppery vibes, but it's slightly peppery, woody, with a slight green, almost brightness to it. It's really, really interesting. The vetiver mixing in with that patchouli and the coriander really adds a slight, almost like green, wet, woody effect in my opinion. It almost smells like a wood that's been soaking in rainwater outside. That smells clean, it's fresh, it's smooth, but with slightly peppery nuances. That's what I get from this fragrance, and it's really, really nice. Honestly, it's such a boss fragrance. It's very upscale, very luxe. And if you want to smell like Tom Ford's Oud would, but you don't want to pay that price tag, which I don't blame you, because it's really expensive, do yourself a favor and get Fougere Oud. Such a beautiful fragrance and great price point. And yeah, till next time, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.